focus up my camera. My settings are a little weird from yesterday, and it should be fine. Let me see. It'll brighten up a bit. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing great. I have a frog in my throat. I'm gonna be doing the Daily Download podcast on Twitch right now. It's twitch.tv/VFriends. This channel is not officially associated with VFriends. I'm just holding the tag for the team. They can have it whenever they want. How are you? I hope everything's good. I did book a hotel for VCon. I got an Airbnb that's about a mile from the center. Yeah, I heard it's not going well so far. Only because I saw Gary tweet "fuck football." So yeah, let me pin this comment. Twitch.tv/VFriends. That's where we're at. Feel free to join if you want to get the news live. Otherwise, the podcast will be out in like maybe an hour. I can also tell you that the only thing I'm aware of that is time sensitive. There's two things that are actually time sensitive. I'll just tell you right off the bat. That is the US Open Vayner NFT collaboration. There's an open mint for the first NFT from the US Open, and you can get it at nft.usopen.org. It's $30 plus gas. This is not financial advice. I'm just informing you that the very first NFT ever released by the US Open is available right now through Bitski. The quickest way to get there is nft.usopen.org. And also, it's game day, and VFriends is in a fantasy football league called NFT Red Zone. There are other large projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club in the fantasy league. And on Sundays during the game day call, you can actually get a POAP created by a VFriends community member authorized by the VFriends team. So if you jump into that voice chat, Corso will be there. Let me see how many folks are. I think they're still there. It's still game time. Yeah, there's still about 35 folks in the voice chat, and feel welcome to go over there, hang out, grab your POAP, all the rest. Gary had quite a lot to say after the giveaway last night, so that's what I'm going to be breaking down in the podcast, and that's it. Those are the only two time sensitive things. Otherwise, the podcast will be out in a bit, and if you want to join me on Twitch, that'd be awesome. Hello, Alwyn, who's here on Twitch. Yeah, I bought a US Open NFT as well. Not financial advice. Whether or not they're going to be valuable in the future or whether you can do it for a quick flip, I don't know. I'm just I've seen the success of things that Gary has released in the space, and so I'm kind of betting on that. But please don't spend more money than you can afford to lose in this space. It's very volatile. We've had a few dips, plenty of pumps, but another pump is not guaranteed. The entire crypto space is volatile and kind of at a pivotal point. We could range here for another couple of months. We could go back down and build momentum before going higher, or we could just moon from here. And that applies to all of the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, Solana, Cardano, and all those, the top 10, essentially, Binance, and it also applies to the altcoins. Generally the smaller cap altcoins that have $1 billion or less in market cap are going to fluctuate heavily with the, I can't wear this hat. I tried, maybe backwards. They're going to fluctuate heavily and follow Bitcoin and follow these other larger coins. So just please be very careful. It should also be said, never share your seed phrase, never share your screen, never share sensitive information with someone you can't verify who they are, and just be generally very careful in the space. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go, Instagram. Feel free to join me on Twitch. Just want to let you know that I'm there. Talk to you later. Hey, Twitch, I'm just going to post this to Instagram really quick. And no, that's not what I want. Let me actually, it's going to be a little less quick than quick, but I'm going to just make it a little nicer for the profile. And grab this guy and put him in a square format. That looks nice. So I'm going to put this in a story format, looking good. Get a little black background going. Export. Add cover photo. I wish I could show you guys how I do this because I feel like it might be helpful for some folks. Actually, that doesn't look quite right. I'm gonna make this just a little smaller. A little smaller. Week 1. All right, great. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Now, so when I share live videos on Instagram, I try as much as I can to use a custom photo, just for the aesthetics of the feed. And I use an app called Bazart, Bazaart. And one thing that I really love about it, two things actually, is it's very easy to change the format of your image, so you can export as a circle or as a square or in a profile story format. LinkedIn cover photo, all those are easily accessible. And it also, you have to pay for this, but it has a magic function, and the magic function removes the background. So you often have to do a little zhuzhing, going in with the brush and erasing what it didn't get or restoring things that it took out. But that makes it really easy to like snap a picture, like screenshot a picture of something you want to include in your cover photo, and then magic out the background and add that on top of either a background you like I like to use spacey backgrounds or like geometric backgrounds, or maybe you have like a branded thing that you like to use. Bazart is a really fun app, and I use it for that a lot. So I just want to post this so that people can see we're streaming. Posted. How's everybody doing? 10 folks in the room. Happy to see you. Let me get a browser ready. Let's start with the US Open. We're going to need that. And I'll share here. Nope, not invite. Should I invite Gary Vee to our stream? I feel like I should invite Gary Vee. I'm just going to. Gary Vee's probably way too busy for this, but I'm going to invite him anyway. You never know. He might pop in. Hasn't happened yet, but it doesn't mean it won't happen ever. So let's see. I want, no, not that one. I want this one and this one. So I'm going to pull this up and pull this down. Let's get the VCon website here. Let's get Anchor and Spotify. Let's get, look, gas is doing fairly well right now. Love to see that. Oh, this is fun little news. I don't know if anybody saw that. Somebody's fractionalizing their Harpic. Very interesting. We can add degen data to the mix. I think that's all we need right now. And let's go to VFriends. One of the best parts about being in the NFT space is my feed will just randomly show me really beautiful art. Isn't that nice? Like now that I posted that photo, it just went to my feed, and you probably won't be able to see this very well, but I'll show you anyway. It just looks very nice. Let me get to my image. So, nope. Can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see that, but play the video. It's just pretty. Yeah, gas died down a lot. I mean, I don't expect that to really last for a long time, but it's nice for the moment. So let's take a look. Why is this so zoomed in? This is not what I'm used to. Can I just start over? This is what I want to see. Great. I want to set the date range and apply. So like, wow, just like look at this chart for a second. We are up. And I've said a couple times that like the more time that we spend in this 15 to 21 range for the average price, not the floor price, but for the average price, is very bullish. I mean, volume is tapering off a little bit. We had a spike here on the 9th. That was a good day. But volume is mostly tapering off. It's increasing a bit. But that's normal. I'm very curious what today's numbers are going to be and what the market will do after these announcements. We will be talking about the announcement tomorrow, but I don't have any new information about it. It's just always interesting for me to see. I mean, like we saw this spike when Gary first announced the PLP, and we actually haven't gotten above that average price. We got close the other day, but it's amazing that we spiked so high, came back down, and now we're starting to find a lot of, I mean, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically 8 days, more than a week at this range. Pretty exciting. We definitely want to talk about the US Open, and I wonder what Google has about NFT Red Zone Fantasy League, fantasy football, NFL Red Zone. I want the NFT Red Zone. Okay, well, maybe there's not more information about it. That's okay. Window tinter, that is degendata.io. And then you have to select VFriends. Hey, hello, Holly. Hey, Get More Animated. Nice to see you. We're going to get into the podcast in just a bit. I do need to do a little reconnaissance. I read through the general chat yesterday before I went to bed, but I wasn't taking notes. And I'm sure there are some things worth noting. For the most part, what I saw after the giveaway was that Gary was answering little questions here and there and talking about the value of the IP and that people still don't understand. Talking to people like, why did they, oh, this was interesting. Oh yeah, I should mention that. New development has made gift goats better. So let's go. Daily download. 912. Gift goats got better. What else we got? He also popped into the Hawks chat to just say Hawks, which is fun. Why did you sell? How so? What's this? Oh, right. Nastya. Welcome back. I see. Understood. We're talking about people are posting their stories about why did they sell. Series 2 is going to be uber fun. The art is provenance. This might be a good opportunity to like define provenance, because I actually couldn't give you a definition. place of origin or earliest known history of something. Cool. Place of origin or earliest known history. Fun. You just check the chat really quick. How's everybody doing? Thank you for following, my friend. Anyone who sold this weekend, sad life tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I hope not. We are definitely going to come in and out of different phases of FOMO. But hopefully the people that sold, I feel like the other, yes, you're going to be sad because it's going to get more expensive. But I've sold NFTs that were more valuable the next day, or that I could have sold for more had I been more patient. And at the same time, I'll give you the link to the heart pick. At the same time, it's what are you going to do with that money? I think that is really the question, and why people should not have FOMO. So the link I just dropped in the Twitch chat, and I'll drop it for YouTube as well. This is interesting, and they took advantage of being the first. I'm to my knowledge, they are the first. The owner is Riz, and it says, own a piece of VeeFriend's history. This unique core, thoughtful three-horned harpic is the first VeeFriend ever to fractionalize ownership. Invest in this highly sought-after original creation by Gary Vaynerchuk without needing 10 plus ETH to buy it outright. And so when you fractionalize, I still have a lot more educating for myself to do on fractionalization, but my understanding is when you fractionalize an NFT, you create a certain supply of ERC20 tokens in the likes of Chainlink or Matic, for example. So the the Harpic token that they've created in fractionalizing this NFT is fungible, right? One Harpic is equal to any other Harpic. Unlike this, verified Harpic, which is a 1 of 1, and it's a 1 of 20, but it's whatever number it is. It doesn't say actually, but let's say it's number 1. It's number 1 of 20. It's the only number 1 of 20. And so on fractional.art, you can actually buy this for 50 ETH. Yeah, and I guess that's allowed. But in the fractions, they've only allowed for 21.27% of the supply to be bought, which is about 21,265 Harpic coins, tokens, as it were, making the implied value 20 ETH, which, considering that this token is very special to Gary and potentially in the long run will be number 1, if not top 5, that is a lowball evaluation. But I think that they posted this a while ago. It doesn't say exactly when. Maybe if I go to the account. Yeah, I've seen Riz so it's Riz in Discord, riz.eth. This is the only thing they have. And they own 61% of this Harpic now because they've fractionalized it. It doesn't, or it has some of it sold. This is what I was trying to figure this out the other day, and maybe someone in the chat can help me. So there's 100,000 supply. Collectible supply is 16.2. And they own. So, oh wait, did this just drop? Did we not just see this at 21 something a minute ago? So either somebody just came in and bought this. Wait, I'm confused. What just happened? Am I crazy? Did other people see that? The site is linked above, Jacob. It's this link right here. Feeling like I need to hold until some of the lineup is announced. Yeah, I mean, I think holding is the move for me as well. My video is on delay, but I think it was 30% available. Yeah, I swear just a moment ago, I saw this. It was 20. Yeah, it was 26% available or something. So either somebody just came in and bought a significant portion of this, or they changed it. Oh, look, and the description changed. Own a piece of VeeFriend's history. This unique, core, thoughtful three-horned harpic is the first VeeFriend ever to fractionalize ownership. Yeah, like just a moment ago. I mean, it may not have happened in just this moment because I've had this page open for several hours. But Riz must have come in and changed that because it previously said, it previously had another sentence about it being a special token and without needing to have 10 plus ETH to buy it. Like I literally read that 5 minutes ago. So it seems like they also changed the collectible supply, but I can't tell if that means that they retained, because even the fractional value changed. Even this a moment ago when I was first reading it was 20 ETH. Now it's up to 26 ETH. The buyout is still the same. That was an interesting moment. Maybe Riz is listening to the Twitch. No, I think it's more likely that he adjusted it last night, and I've had this tab open for at least a day. That was really interesting. Totally caught me by surprise. I was like, am I crazy? Okay, moving on. This is important news. So for Series 2, in addition to like him saying it's going to be big and it's going to be good, he's saying here everyone will have a chance, and later on he says that he won't let the whales like eat it up in a minute. He says everyone will have a chance. I wonder how he's going to manage that. I mean, he definitely has some of the world's best devs at his deploy. Can't say. Will selling a Series 1 for plenty Series 2 be a good move? He says, I don't think so. The price is also dramatically different. The conference is added value. Just look at other projects that are just art. But why do I need that long term if it only offers 3 years access? The conference is added value. Look at the top projects. I know it's early, but do you have an idea how many V2 there will be? He says yes. You concerned at all about Minneapolis? No. Not sure about vaccine laws at the time of the conference. I think everything I do is a good bet if you think in years, not days. People are looking for fast dollars. It's a mistake. Random tangent, but your hardworking patience video fucking carried me through 2015 to 16. That's awesome. That's awesome. No word on the optimistic otter or the positive porcupine. I've been like kind of staying away from the character comments because they compound so much, but maybe I should get back to it. I'm that 50-hour work week dude. Baseball on weekends with my son. Happy as fuck. Love to hold VeeFriend for life. Love. Do you think the exclusivity of NFTs can be limiting in the long run to giving back to your greater community as it grows into Disney proportions? Nope, I don't see them limiting. How do you? Did Aces of Alex answer? NFT volume in general has gone down. Yeah, it's been down for like a week. It's not, it's also, to anybody who's giving you FUD about NFT volume being low, look at the volume last month and compare it. That's all I'll tell you for now. He said, who said only 3 years on Twitter? Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me that. That was amazing. That was from Kashfi, right? I'm always concerned that I'm saying her name wrong. Kashfi. I think that's right. Yeah, Kashfi. Nice. Does Kashfi have these punks? Or are these like soul punks or something? Wow, if she has those punks, that's amazing. Definitely book signing at VCon. Giveaways over. What are your thoughts? I should say the Go was a hardworking wombat, and it went to Tiny Rick, and he immediately listed it for 120 ETH. Gary's digging into Solana. They seem promising, but I'm curious what you think. Soul, digging in, AJV, Soul. What is the Soul Apes project that was kind of causing a bit of a buzz? What is Solana Apes? Yeah, did everybody see this? This project is like, it is Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like they're releasing Bored Apes on Solana and claiming the IP. It's like a big problem. But it's kind of like to be determined what the legal course of action would be. I think they're actually minting today. VFriends 1 will always be the rookie card. Yeah, Gary said that V2 won't be a better hold than V1, which either means that V2 will be priced higher and not experience as crazy appreciation of that. V1 still has a lot more appreciation to go, or a misunderstanding. Will always be. I got it. Sunflower seeds are underrated. I think Solana will be the future. We'll speak in 10 years. Will VFriends 1 characters evolve? Like, this is interesting. Maybe evolution? I mean, we've already seen a little bit of that with his doodles, right? Like seems to be making these chimeras of different characters. Everyone is underestimating what's happening here. All of you. This is interesting. What happens after the 3 VCons? What's the new plan for its utility? Can't buy without roadmaps info. Then don't. I was just coming into NFTs when you launched VFriends. I'm a longtime follower, but had drifted for a bit when my husband, who was learning investing, stumbled across you and got into NFTs. That's when I started really listening, but hadn't got enough into to buy one. Any news on the Sorcerer Scholars? I would die for that chance. Progressing. VCon was a modest added value. People are confused. I won't stop until the 268 characters of VFriends are world known. It's such a great comment. And you've been saying this since the start. Yep, it's true. I admittedly was confused. I remember my wife and I having a combo saying, I want to be in, but 2,000 for a conference is too much. Oh no. One of my friends whom I told to get into VFriends and didn't said, you believe in this guy. I said simply, this dude is going to buy the jets when he can afford it, and I'd like to help him do it. Nice. I hope that this is some kind of fun for you all. This is like the kind of prep that I have to do to make sure the podcast is great. So I'll cherry pick as we record, but this is a little more of a deep dive. The dangers of right-click save as, yeah. I had some people reply stuff to me on Twitter that they were not good. I laugh. Gary will always be underestimated. This is worth 10 billion. Bad art. Casper, hundreds of millions IP. People are very confused. I'm not insane. I'm an artist. Gary the artist. Hi, baby. Welcome home.
Hi.
I'm streaming.
Okay.
I will do it all. Been in the works for months. Have turned down global deals already. What alt content is coming made from VeeFriends? TV, web series, anything? Yeah, he will do it all. I already did. It happened on 5/12. People are confused. Yes. That was the plan. 2K for over 50%. Go back and look at Twitter comments in May. VeeFriends is the NFT project I bought for it. Launch, told everyone. Only one person listened, my brother, who bought 2. Nice. Less for the ones who bought ETH when you said to. Correct. Nope. I think VeeFriends is underrated right now. Do you guys and gals ever think that Gary must be sitting there dumbfounded sometimes, thinking I could do a simple doodle on a piece of paper? And what the fuck? This thing is worth minimum 40,000. I need. No, I think VeeFriends is underrated. Amazing. I literally asked a question. This mod only replies, it's super weird. Sorry, I don't shower affection and ask questions. I agree with Fluke. I think Fluke is asking awesome questions. All right, let's see what Gary has to say.
Of course I'm real. I love this community. And I love being underestimated. And I love knowing exactly what the fuck is gonna happen while everybody else is confused. Even the biggest advocates. Because every biggest fucking advocate right now can absolutely admit in the comments right now that they didn't see it being this already, right?
I understand that VeeFriends are underrated as someone who hasn't got one because I joined NFTs a couple weeks ago and I can't afford at the rate that they are at right now. How do I get there and own one? Obviously I'm saving money, but they are going up. I'll probably never reach the price. Yep. Cool stuff coming Monday. Monday will be iconic. Yeah, we saw this comment. Totally agree. I knew what you were capable of and didn't follow my instinct in May when I had the chance. Now I won't do the same mistake. You have said everything and you keep proving your words. People just have to look at the whole picture because when they look too close, they get lost due to your hype. Gary, should I pull the trigger on a 6th VeeFriend? Yes, if you're playing long. All right, we're almost through it, folks. If you're playing for 10 years, everyone should get another one. Crazy. Gary will be able to buy VeeFriends 2.0 with a credit card? No. No credit card. How many book NFTs will it take to equal one VeeFriend? Way too many. Oh yeah, so there was quite a few comments about this, like, oh, well, I wanted to flip my book NFTs into a real VeeFriend. And Gary's like, everyone's thinking a $360 NFT for 12 books will come close to a $100,000 VeeFriend. Is wild, which is pretty reasonable. Monday will be a big day.
Please, if you're considering one, I know they're expensive now, but if you're close, if you're considering one, do it now. Monday's a ridiculous day, like a ridiculous day. And then we have the PLP on the 15th. Then we announce the next PLP. I'm announcing others.
those breaths. Listen to this breath at the end.
Then we announce the next PLP. I'm announcing others.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Talking about the books, months of opportunity. I think you should return the books. I don't know.
We need some accountable ants in here. There's a lot of feelings from a lot of people who had months and months and months and months and months and months and post after post and post after post, and you didn't believe until it happened. And fucking Monday is gonna make it impossible. That's just the fucking way it is.
What is gonna happen on
I'm
Monday?
super fucking happy for the people that did believe. And if you couldn't afford it, well then that's like anything. Like there's a million things that I couldn't do in my life that I thought would happen that I couldn't afford. That's just life. But a lot of you, I fucking follow you. A lot of you bought dumb fucking other projects. You believed in other things. You listened to other people. You didn't believe in me as much as you thought. That's fucking life.
Series 2 will also be underestimated. Do we have a date on Series 2? No date yet, but 2022. Any guesses on how much ETH we would need for V2? As much as humanly possible. Under 1,000. And hopefully much less. So this is interesting. How will smaller fish get Series 2? Wooden whales just eat it all up. And he says, I won't let that happen. Doesn't say how, but says he won't. Please don't spend more money than you can afford to lose. I fear the demand will be so high at that price that a lot of us will still miss out. Fear is not productive. Good answer. Okay, almost through. Sold a core for 7.9, bought back a zealous zombie for 10. Have 11 VeeFriends now. Let's go. Wow. Good on you, man. Correct. It puts this project into another place. Do we know what's happening Monday? Gary's good at keeping it close to the chest, but he seems pretty serious about this announcement, more so than many of the previous ones. It puts the project in another place. Lots to dive into. What's this? Are you opening a theme park? Yes. And then he says it'll take a few decades. What's this? Gratitude Gorilla. Purchase for 4.9 at the end of, what is that, July? Wow. Incredible. Incredible. One day the signatures will be understood. So yeah, he was posting about this Matt Stefanina, who's like a very famous dancer, verified choreographer, music producer, Bored Ape Yacht holder. Purchased this. I actually don't know the name of this character. If anybody knows the name of this character, please let me know in the chat. But you'll notice the signatures, like the entire fur is signatures. There's dozens actually of characters that have this quality, but some people have yet to notice it. Some people are not spending every day in this collection and didn't notice that like I did. Yes, that's your signature. Can you tease about your plans with the Warthog? Not yet. Bullish on Kind Kudo. Is it possible to associate a royalty with tokens without triggering SEC to regulate VeeFriends as a security? No. Smart question, but unfortunately, no. Ambitious Angel, Alert Ape, so Chill Chinchilla, Eager Eagle, Flex and Fox, Gifted Gopher. These are all characters that have signatures in their fur. Are You are blowing my mind right now. The hidden traits are too much. Fun. The post was very cool. Expectations at 12 books at 360 would rival a 50K VFriend is normal. You questioning if I will come through is important for you to think about. It's not cool.
I will work my face off for the next 40 years to make sure the people that bought 12 books for $360 will feel like that was a good move, no matter how many multiples of 12 they did. Can I confess something? I actually secretly, no shit, want the NFT space in Ethereum to like melt, and like all projects get affected by it, even the great ones like mine and Punks and others. And then we get to see who really believes, who listened to me when I said don't invest money you can't afford to lose, who's playing along.
I fought hard since I bought my core Bobcat to finally flip to a diamond flamingo. You kept saying spectaculars were special. Am I going to be blown away? Happy I made my moves after. Wow. You are already blown away. Look at specs. Look at their price. Do you remember when prices were at 8 and you said, look back at this in a few months? My goodness, bro. Glad I listened. I'm saying it again. Crazy. It's really hard to fathom this. Really hard to fathom this. Gary is a grateful Gar for sure. People chatting. I'm gonna come back to the chat in just a second. Yes, insightful Irish Terrier. Thank you for that. I think that's correct. Oh man, gas fees. Sorry. You can't even get a rug pool NFT for under 360 right now, and people are questioning if it'll be worth it. When you fractionalize your NFTs, things will become more clear. This is interesting. Solana is the answer. Time for you to make the switch. Ethereum costs too much and is too clunky for NFT and gaming to function long term. When you fractionalize, things will become more clear. Good night. And use VFriend GIFs on Twitter. You'll see. Wow. Okay, that was quite a spread of things. I think I need to play this one for everybody. Is it this one?
Please, if you're considering one, I know they're expensive now, but if you're close.
This one. Okay. How are we doing, chat? What's going on? What did I miss? I have a prediction. The Series 2 is going to be the start of a game. And then possibly Series 1 and 1.5 will be like a legendary and rare characters also usable in the game. That would be cool. Games are the future of IP. Gary knows this and keeps talking about games. I did the math on supply of the book NFT versus a VFriend. If you are super into math, it's my pin tweet. Netflix show was the prediction in the clubhouse at midnight. A Netflix show makes sense. I mean, he's definitely alluded to, like, not even alluded. He's confirmed that he will be doing a Netflix show or like a Warner Brothers or something like a big production house show when the time is right. I'm not sure that that's what's going to happen tomorrow. Gratitude Gorilla reminds me of Tony Robbins. Gary said Solana is where to go. No, he didn't say that. He said that he's digging into it. Someone else said that. Someone else said you'll see. And then he said when you fractionalize your NFTs, you'll understand. Okay. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is episode 75 of Jeremy Knows. We have a daily download, and this one is going to be jam-packed because after the Go giveaway last night, of which the winner was Tiny Rick, he received a Go hard-working wombat and immediately proceeded to list it for 120 ETH. So let's fucking go. After that, Gary Vee spent a lot of time answering questions, responding to the emotions, and trying to build more clarity and I think a little more confidence in the NFT space over the course of years versus days. A lot of this comes back to Gary is working on 2027, 2028, 2029, and people, the majority of people in the NFT space are really consumed with what's happening Monday, Tuesday, can't see beyond their nose sort of energy. And there was a lot of really great stuff that came out, like him releasing several videos to us in the chat. The same thing he says of like, I'm going to work my face off for the next 45 years to make VeeFriends a success, to make sure that every single of the 268 characters is known worldwide. He came on and he said that same thing for the 12 and a half book NFTs. There was a lot of conversation around people thinking they could flip one of these NFTs into a VeeFriend. And perhaps if you have like 50 to 100 of them, you'll be able to make progress toward a VeeFriend. But the math just doesn't make sense to be able to buy a $360 NFT and try to flip it into what is today a $50,000 plus NFT doesn't make sense. However, he came on with a video to say, I will work my face off for the rest of my life to make sure that whoever bought those 12 and a half book NFTs, no matter what multiple of 12 they got, feel that that was a good move. There's a lot more to dive into, a little nod to Gift Goats, more information about Monday, a lot more about Series 2, and on and on and on. So we're going to break it down. Welcome back to the show. My name is Jeremy. This is Jeremy Knows, daily download for September 12th, 2022. Let's fucking go. So I wanted to start off with this message from Gary that he dropped in the Discord last night after the giveaway.
Of course I'm real. I love this community, and I love being underestimated, and I love knowing exactly what the fuck is gonna happen while everybody else is confused, even the biggest advocates. Because every biggest fucking advocate right now can absolutely admit in the comments right now that they didn't see it being this already, right?
I have to admit, I feel completely pegged by that video. I've said it time and again that I expected this project to be a success, but the speed and the velocity in this space and the VeeFriends project in particular has completely taken me by surprise. When Gary was starting to say that 10 ETH cores would be a regret, I wanted to believe him. I also didn't have the assets to make a move like this, but I couldn't have seen myself, even if I did, really making that move, having already had a VeeFriend. And now, just a week later, with the floor sitting between 17 and 18 any day of the last week, it seems like cores under 20 are going to be a regret very, very soon. And I think it's a good pivot to talk about the big announcement tomorrow. 9/13 is a date that Gary only mentioned in the last 7 to 10 days and has suddenly become what feels like the crown jewel of September. We don't know what's going to happen. We know that there's going to be a little more impact on 5 characters based on his comments at the Q&A, but he says it's going to affect the entire collection. He says he's worried that it's going to explode VeeFriends in such a way that people won't have access. He says it's going to be iconic. He says it's going to be mania. He also said last night that it will put the project in another place. So I don't know what you're thinking. I can't even guess at this point. I feel like it's something that he has kept so close to the chest that by the time he reveals it tomorrow, it's going to take all of us by surprise. That being said, I would love to hear your guesses. It's been fun to jam on this. Tweet at me, want to be a VF, or hit me on Instagram. I'd be very curious what you're hoping for or would like to see tomorrow for that big announcement. All right, so let's jump around a little bit. Gary, in this sort of 3 hours where he was jamming with the community, he came into the Gift Goat chat and said that a new development has come on for Gift Goats that has made them even better. This is on the heels of telling the Gift Goats that the first gift was going to be delayed until late August, early November because of new things that have made him want to sort of reevaluate, rework, improve the rollout of all that. So that's very exciting. You know, in the background, while VCon is getting announced and they're working on all of the particulars there's still hundreds of access experiences that have to be redeemed each year throughout this first 3-year term. Speaking of the 3-year term, there was a fun moment that happened. Our very own Kashfi, one of the moderators in the VFriends Discord, tweeted a meme of, I forget the guy's name, but he does that, like, he sits at the table and he has the thing that's like, change my mind. And the poster said, VCon will be like the best event of the decade or of the year or whatever. And, you know, change my mind. And somebody commented, was like, yeah, but what about after 3 years? What, like, I wish there was what if I buy it a year from now? Like, why, what about a year? I'm stepping back. I'm actually remembering the comment now. The comment was, I wish it was more than 3 years because I'd love to see what Gary would do with VCon 5. And Gary just very quietly came in and said, who said that there wasn't? And very confidently alluded to the fact that there could be more VCons after 2024. Speaking of VCon, if you didn't hear, it's in Minneapolis, Minnesota, May 19th to the 22nd. It's very important if you're attending VCon to book your accommodations as soon as possible because they are selling out quick, and also arrive on the 19th or sooner because the 20th will be the first official conference event and it'll be first thing in the morning. And what the team really wants us to all spread the word about is make sure you're settled and ready on the 19th so that you can be prepared to dive in on the morning of the 20th. No real big news other than that around VCon, except for there will be book signing, there will be hugging and selfie booths, and there will be a lot of unconference activities happening on the 19th, and it seems also on the Sunday of the conference as well. Jumping around some more, there was a little conversation about the art value of VFriends. So, you know, I don't think anybody's confused that the artistic value of VFriends is different than the maybe art quality of the doodles. It's easy to say these are like third grade quality doodles and therefore they're not refined art. But let me just what was the word I'm wanting? Let me just give you a different perspective on this, okay? I personally don't think that a refined skill is required for art. I think that intention is required for art. I think that sharing something true or sharing something beautiful, sharing something meaningful or impactful is required for art. You can be the most incredible violinist, but if you don't have intention behind the rhythms that you're creating with your instrument, then they will fall flat. That's a personal opinion. But in this moment, we are seeing the emergence of Gary Vee, the artist. He sees himself that way because he is that way. He's an artist in business, and he's deploying his artistry into doodles as well. But when faced with this question of what do you say to people who are disparaging the art, he says, I don't even look at it. I laugh at them. And that the art isn't worthless. It's provenance. And we see this word provenance a lot in the NFT space. And I wanted to look it up because I actually couldn't name the definition. So this is what the definition of provenance is. It's the place of origin or earliest known history of something. Another definition, the beginning of something's existence, something's origin, a record of ownership of a work of art or a unique or of an antique used as a guide to authenticity or quality. And this is going to be very important. I mean, following these comments, he showed an early drawing of Bart Simpson, an IP that is worth over $1 billion. He then showed a image of Casper the Friendly Ghost early on, now over $100 million worth in terms of that IP. And that is what his play is. We may see multiple iterations of these characters over the years, but the blockchain will always remember that they started with VeeFriends. No matter what Empathy Elephant looks like in the Hollywood blockbuster that gets released in 2033 in the team up with, the Ninja Turtles or whatever it may be, the first origin of that character will be Gary V's doodles, documented by Team Gary V, and minted and verified on the Ethereum blockchain in May of 2021. And that will matter. That will matter. VeeFriends 1 will always be the rookie card of all these VeeFriends characters and these 268 plus brands that will be created over the years. On that note, Series 2 is not quite around the corner, but it's going to come up quick. We don't have a set date yet. It will be coming in 2022, but we don't know when. And someone in the Discord asked, will these characters evolve like Charizard? And Gary actually said maybe. When the question is no, he usually says no. But he said maybe. And that makes me wonder if some of these doodles we've seen on Twitter, where it feels like he's putting two characters together, like the Skunk Wizard we saw, are actually part of the plan for Series 2 and Series 3 and all the rest. Time will tell on that, but it's very interesting and just notable that Gary is viewing himself as an artist. I think there's a very interesting subjective and objective conversation to be had here. Like, if I perceive myself to be something, does that mean that I am that thing? And subjectively, that may be true. Objectively, it may not. But when it comes to art, it is so subjective, and although his skill at illustration may not be refined to the heights of Da Vinci or Michelangelo, his skill and artistic skill of business is refined and has been over the last 2.5 decades. And I would say, he has mastered that skill and continues to refine. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder is definitely a big part of this, but don't think that just because these tokens are built for upfront utility in VCon and access, that the art value isn't going to be a significant factor in the long run. Moving on into Series 2, I thought it was very notable and I wanted to share this. I know there are many people who listen to the podcast that don't hold VeeFriends tokens, and thank you for being a part of this community. You're very important to the growth and development of the brand as a whole. It's very important to me, at least, and I think Gary would say the same, that everyone feel welcome in this space, whether or not you have a collectible VeeFriend 1. It's a very limited supply, and that's exactly why he created Series 2. But there's a lot we don't know about it, and last night he said that everyone will have a chance. It will be limited supply. It won't be open mid, but he did say everyone will have a chance. And someone replied, well, how can you be sure that whales won't come in and just swoop in all the supply in the first couple of minutes? And he replied, I won't let that happen. Not sure how that's going to go down, how he's going to control that, whether it's some kind of whitelist or mint pass or otherwise. But just to know that the person heading this project is adamant that the smaller fish will have a chance to mint this VeeFriends Series 2. And so a couple other things came out about it. 2022 is going to be the release year. He knows the supply, but is unwilling to tell us at this point. You won't be able to buy with a credit card. You'll need Ethereum. We might see these evolutions, like I mentioned. Everyone will have a chance, and the price will be under $1,000 and hopefully less. That's what he's working toward. And this sort of secrecy around Series 2 is a quality of the entire project right now and will remain, I think, for days and weeks and years to come. Everything is very much, I can't say yet. It's very hush-hush. It's keeping it close to the chest as Gary enjoys the process of teasing out these surprises. But by the same token, he's continuing to play and sharing that the vision is big. When asked if he would create a theme park in the likes of Universal Studios. Just like that, he said, "Yes, I will." And then followed up by saying, "It'll take me a few decades to build." Someone also brought up Solana NFTs, which have been making more of a splash in recent weeks, especially as Ethereum gas prices are skyrocketing. And he said that he's digging into Solana NFTs. Didn't say if he's invested in any projects, but it is a development in the space, and there's something to be learned, to be educated on there. We do know that AJV, Gary's younger brother, is investing in Solana NFTs, and generally Solana is sort of finding its sea legs. There was a lot of hype in the last couple of days about this project Solana Apes, which looks like just a one-to-one copy-paste copyright infringement of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and yet it's unsure like how much actual legal action can be taken against them. If you haven't heard about Solana or the Phantom wallet, Solana blockchain, and all the rest, it's a worthwhile endeavor to just spend 50 hours of homework and educate yourself. Sort of wrapping up, we got a little bit of an update on Sorcerer Scholarship, only that things are progressing. The last time we heard Gary mention his involvement in the Sorcerer Scholarship process, he said it hadn't begun, but now things are progressing. And inside sources say that stacks of essays were actually given to staff at VFriends, and that is part of what the committee reviewing the the VFriends staff is part of the committee that is reviewing these essays. We do know that they're slated to give an announcement on either the 5 winners or perhaps the finalists that will be asked to do something more on September 25th. So that's less than 2 weeks away at this point. So if you're a sorcerer waiting in the wings for your moment, you have that to look forward to. I'll also take this opportunity to plug my own personal initiative. We have an Instagram page called Wannabe Sorcerers, and it's really gonna be like, what is that saying? Like pedal to the metal, like hitting the pavement on that in this coming week, starting tomorrow, 9/13, where I'm wanting to find as many people who applied for the scholarship and share your story and tag the people that I know are in the VFriends staff and that are reading these essays, and hope to signal boost your story and give more context beyond your 500 essays. I also feel it's a great place to organize the passion and the confidence of people who bet on themselves in July to submit. And then it can also be used as a networking tool for all of us to just be aware of each other, and potentially that can lead to collaborations, if not at the least friendships. With that being said, here's what you have to look forward to. Tomorrow is 9/13. We're going to get a massive announcement, the likes of which we don't know. Then there's going to be a PLP airdrop of a Dapper Dinos NFT on Wednesday, the 15th. If you had a VFriend token in your wallet on September 10th, then you are eligible for that airdrop. 555 wallets holding VFriends will receive that NFT. On the 16th, they'll release the name. They'll announce the next project that is partnering with the pre-launch program. That will likely airdrop on September 28th. And between September 16th and September 25th, I'm also expecting another, call it 3 or 4 announcements. As Gary previously said, there would be 7 significant announcements in September. Whew. That was a lot, wasn't it? So that's your daily download. Let's break it here. Hold on. Wow, I totally lost myself. That was quite a lot. I'm just gonna say part 1. Wow, I really went on a rampage with that podcast. I hope that was clear. I hope I was able to bring your attention to something in the VFriend space that you didn't already know about. I hope I was able to get you more excited about the announcements tomorrow, encourage you to diamond hands your token even harder. We're just getting started. Seriously, I don't know what I'm going to be reporting to you tomorrow, but I cannot wait. I'm very grateful that you listen to this podcast, you support this project, and that you're a part of the VFriends community, whether you have a token or not. And thank you for listening. My name is Jeremy. I'm the Heart Trooper number 7. This was the daily download at Jeremy Knows. I'll see you tomorrow. Wow.
You're a beast, baby.
Whew. I was at some point. I just saw the clock ticking, and I was like, "Oh, this is a 7-minute segment. That's fine. Oh, this is a 10-minute segment. Oh, this is a 14-minute segment." We jumped around all over the place. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me check the comments. What's going on? Drofig's in the house. You guys have been chatting. I love to see that. I'm not sure what he meant about fractionalizing here. Did anybody? Yeah, I don't understand how fractionalizing will affect it, but it means to sell a piece of pieces of an NFT, basically shares. Yes. Drofig thinks it's Netflix tomorrow. That's interesting. Trading cards, major motion picture. That's very possible. George Clooney as adventure. Drofig's just coming in with the wild guesses. I love it. I was thinking maybe locking into a platform that fractionalizes. It may give the owner payouts of some kind, or maybe it gives them the remaining percentage as liquidity they can borrow from. That would be a really bold move for them to be like, whether it's fractional art or something else, like we're partnering with this centralized service for all VeeFriends fractionalization. That would be very interesting. Yeah, we're thinking Netflix tomorrow. I love how you get it, bro. Who else is thinking like you are? Are you talking to me? I am, and I want people to talk about it. It's a time bomb. Interesting. Definitely something to noodle on. Yes, it's very fulfilling to see Drofig. His methods hit close to home for me. I've always fantasized about bringing an IP to fruition like this. Yeah, Gary is really like sort of laying a foundation. When he said under 1,000, did he mean under $1,000? Yes. No, it's definitely not under 1,000 ETH. It's definitely under $1,000. Window Tinter just bought some of that hard pick. Nice. I mean, you know, that's probably like I haven't really considered buying any because I own my own hard pick. But it's probably not a bad bet, especially so wow. So it looks like a significant portion of this has already been purchased. It seems like, yeah, I think so. So because if you go to Riz and you see their fraction, I don't know why this isn't loading. So here it should tell me, I don't know why it's not. That's not really what I'm looking for here. So you can see that he owns 61.1261% of the hard pick, which means that he put on sale 39%, roughly 39%. And yet there's only 15.6% available, which means that 24% has been purchased. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy. 24% of this hard pick has already been fractionalized and given out to whoever purchased the ERC20s. Nice. Letter N also has some hard pick crew. I mean, there's other great projects on fractional. Like there are punks on fractional. And I think it's fractional. Yeah, this guy. I think this guy was one of the first to fractionalize his hoodie punk. And you know, people are buying them and then using this as their PFP because they fractionally own this. And I think that's cool. You know, I think that's going to be like a big part of the future of how this functions as things start to get more and more, as people start to get priced out, basically. Yeah, I mean, if it's not clear to anybody yet, like the benefit of owning a fractional, I don't know where the liquidity comes in. Like, I don't know if you can buy a hard pick token, basically like if the Harpic accrues more value, it has a buyout price of 50 ETH. So if it's bought out and you buy it at a 25 valuation, whatever you buy in, you'll get 2x when it's sold. That's kind of the basics, you know, in terms of like it acting like a stock. Like you get percentage increase of whatever your share is as time goes on. Yes, hello Holly. You convert Ethereum, so it's fun that people are so into it. So yeah, you can do Tether or wrapped Bitcoin, but most people will be doing Ethereum, and then you convert it to this Harpic coin. Simple swap for ETH through the website. Very simple. Swap for ETH. Yep, you get the Harpic token. You guys have already, you're helping each other. I love it. You got 1,000 Harpic for 0.27 ETH, so I basically own 1% of it from what I understand at 27 ETH valuation. Yes, that's correct. Just playing around to see how it works. That's fun. Very clear. Wow. Yes, be friends. I was talking about you. Thank you, buddy. Not bad bet pre-Monday. Yeah, I mean, that specifically in the context of pre-Monday, that's very interesting. Like if you can't afford it, like most of us, we can't afford to go in 18, 19 ETH on a new VFriend token. But if you do have liquidity, you could own part of a token. And then I guess what I don't understand is, what about this buyout? Like, does somebody eventually come and buy this and then you get paid out? Or can Riz buy you out? Or I don't understand how that works really. Yeah, he owns he owns the majority so that he can take advantage of the VCon access. So the owner gets some liquidity by still keeping a majority of the token and making the decision to keep or sell. Yes, there are different fractional contracts where owning your fractional piece actually gives you voting rights to decide. Like the Pixel Vault is a good example of this. Pixel Vault has like 12 punks and a lot of other things in their vault, and they have a reserve price to be met. Should a buyer come in? So nothing in the Pixel Vault can be sold individually. You have to buy the entire vault. Should a buyer come in and want to buy out the whole thing at the reserve price, they still can't buy it unless the people holding the founding DAO tokens, which is a whole other thing, but just like you can understand it as the fractional token ownership of this vault. Each token is one vote to say yes or no, we'll sell for this price. And even if the buyout price is listed at 5,000 ETH or whatever, it's not that much. I think it's like 2,000 ETH. Then actually, no, it's more. But whatever it is, let's say it's 100 ETH. If the buyout is 100, but the people who own the fractional tokens say, no, we don't want to sell, we want to wait, we want to hold, then the DAO controls it. But I don't think that the fractional art works as a DAO. Nice. Hello, Holly's in that DAO. So yeah, so you understand. I'm also in that DAO. I have one of the DAO tokens. So you understand, like we get to vote on when that if a buyout offer, if an offer to buyout comes, we get to vote whether to sell or hold the entirety of Pixel Vault. But I don't think that's the case with this fractional art. I think whoever owns the majority stake maintains decision power, but I don't know. I don't actually know. I hope he's right that the implied value of this is 50 ETH, because I bought my Harpic for 5. And the opportunity cost of that is amazing, because at that time that I bought the Harpic for 5, I've told this story so many times, it's probably boring, but like it was June and I was also looking at Bored Apes. And I probably would have got like a couple Flourish apes instead of like, but like at that time I could have actually bought like a gold ape for that much ETH, but regardless, it matters not. The Harpic was the right bet for me. Okay, that was a hell of a podcast. I should post it. Didn't I record an outro? I feel like I recorded an outro. There it is. I want to title this episode like the end of the before times. What should I title this episode? You're welcome, Holly. I'm going to title this episode Daily Download. Can I just do double D? Double D, your last. Oh, I didn't talk about the. Oops. Didn't talk about the. Hold on. Hey everybody, I completely slipped my mind. So I'm recording this after the fact. I'm gonna slip it in. I'm gonna slip it in at the beginning, maybe. Hold on. You don't need to hear me think this out. Hey, before we dive into all the exciting news, there's some time-sensitive things that are happening today I want you to know about. Number one, this is the final day, September 12th. I think there's 4 or 5 hours left to mint the first US Open NFT. It's a collaboration with Vayner NFT. You can find it at nft.usopen.org. This is not a VeeFriends NFT, it's Vayner NFT. But it is the first from the US Open, significant and historical in that way. And I thought you'd want to know. Additionally, it is game day, Sunday. So every Sunday in the VeeFriends Discord, there will be a chat to select the players for that week's fantasy football draft. If you're in that phone chat in the VeeFriends Discord, you'll be eligible to get a VeeFriends verified POAP. It's created by a community member, but it is VeeFriends official. So don't expect it to skyrocket to $50,000 overnight, but it is an NFT and it is made by VeeFriends. So I highly recommend that you go and claim that. In order to see the fantasy NFL channels in the Discord, you'll need to go to the announcements channel, find the message from Dinobot. It'll be 3 or 4 messages up, and react with the football emoji. It'll be right below Corso's announcement about the NFL draft or the NFL fantasy draft. React with the football emoji, and you'll see these revealed channels: game day, red zone, and fantasy info. And in that area, you'll see the voice chat. Just jump in there, and you can go claim your POAP. If you missed it this week, fear not. It's happening every Sunday for the rest of the football season. And I believe there will be a POAP every week. I wouldn't put too much pressure on that expectation because it takes a lot of effort to create one of these POAPs. But I think that is what the team is aiming for. They had one last week. They had one today. And I think that's what they're going to try to maintain. So that's kind of time sensitive. I wanted to jump in here and just let you know. The POAP in the NFT Red Zone. If you're not familiar, NFT Red Zone is a league of NFT projects doing fantasy football. So Bored Ape Yacht Club is in there. I think Cool Cats is in there, a few others. And secondly, the US Open NFT. If you want to be a big spender and go make a bid on some of the auction one-of-ones, those are still available, but most people will be interested in the open mint, $30 plus gas. You can use the credit cards through Bitski, and that is at nft.usopen.org. Good. I'm glad I remembered that. The end of the beginning. Yeah, I think that's what I should call it. That's right. The last calm day. It's not even the calm before the storm. It's like the storm is coming. Yes, I'm drinking wine at 4:30 in the afternoon. You're welcome. But it's empathy white wine. We have a lot of empathy white left over. It's pretty good, actually. Drinking like one glass of wine in the middle of the day, I feel like it really chills me out in a nice way. But hopefully that doesn't become a bad habit. Okay, here we go. Time sensitive. Let me add this in and drag it to, where'd it go? Let's put it right here. A slightly longer episode, but that's good. Okay. The end of the beginning. Or or is it the end of the beginning, or is it VFriends start? We're getting started, or we're still in the pre-launch phase. This is crazy. Yeah, that's fine. Today's episode breaks down all of Gary Vee's comments after the Go giveaway last night. The highly anticipated 9/13 announcement is tomorrow. Time is to be announced, and time is TBA, but it promises to be a significant turning point in the course of the project. Catch up on VFriends Series 2, the art value of VFriends, and everything we're looking forward to. With this podcast, everything else we're looking forward to. Today's episode breaks down all of Gary Vee's comments after the Go giveaway last night. The highly anticipated 9/13 announcement is tomorrow. The time is TBA, but it promises to be a significant turning point in the course of the project. Catch on VFriends Series 2, the art value of VFriends, and everything else we're looking forward to. Is an open mint NFT from the US Open, available for 4 more hours at https://nft.usopen.org, and everything. Can't wait to finish updating the website. That's coming. Good shit. Can I change this? I've been meaning to change this, but I don't know where. No, I'll just do it later. It's fine. VFriends, history in the making. Yeah, I think it's good. Does that mean I published it? I think I published it. This episode's been published. Great. Let me share it to Twitter. Eye of the Storm. Next week, VCAP will be crazy. Yeah, I know. I think I even said that in the last VCAP. Like, I can't wait to record this next week because we have VCon. We'll know whatever tomorrow is going to be, and Dapper Dinos will have dropped, and we won't know the next project, but that's a lot for 1 week. Like, I think we get a little spoiled with how much goes on in this space. Is Gary doing anything besides football right now? It's hard being a diehard. Oh, feel for you, man. Yeah, I would say we feel for you, but I don't actually feel bad because I don't care about football. But I can do shit like this. What is it? What's the hopeful character? Hopeful. It's not a hippo. It's a helpful hippo. Isn't there a hopeful character? There's no hopeful character. Am I forgetting something? I mean, sometimes they get in different places. There's no hopeful character. Is there something thoughtful, helpful, hodl, right? Thoughtful. Well, all right, folks. I think that's the show. That is everything I know about VFriend. I appreciate the folks who are here, sticking around, and so see you tomorrow. I don't know when this is happening tomorrow. We haven't really gotten an indication. I mean, the VCon was at noon. The PLP was like at 5. I think it was at 5 Eastern. I don't know. Hopefully in the morning or sometime later tonight, they'll say the announcement will be here and I can be live and we can break it down together. But otherwise, that's what we know. So catch you all in a bit and have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. See you tomorrow.